see what you got and lay your money down. Well, it all started back many years ago when them old moonshiners, they were running the road. Yeah, that old county sheriff had to earn his pay when them old moonshiners, they were headed his way. But it didn't take long to figure it out. They could build a dirt track and let it all hang out.
I want to see how to make a 50-year-old man happy, like a little kid. And easiest way to do that is send me a box full of race car stuff. This is a shipment from Ron Shop Racing, and this thing is packed to the gills. The box is a little beat up. I hope nothing got damaged down there on the side. Let's see what all we got in here. Rear section for the sprint car. There's 2 of those kits in here. I don't even know what this stuff is yet, so you're seeing this stuff as I see it, new for the first time. Looks like the top wing. That looks like the sprint nose. A whole bunch of little supports here. I want to get this stuff. I wish Ron would stop using this old brown tape. Boy, I do not like his stuff. But we can't complain. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. The side parts, it looks like the exhaust for the body sides. Being that there's a lot of them. This unboxing video is not going to be very informative. That looks like the top, because I have no idea what I'm looking at. This here's rear downforce wing for the late model. Some of Ron's instructions. Look at that big baby there. That is a late model nose cone. Ooh, that's big. And let's see, body parts. And this is a heavy guy here. Rear bumper. And all kinds of parts in that thing there. Now we got 2 cars here, so. Roof. Everything looks like it's in good shape. It's got a little scratch down it. I can fix that. Oh man. It's amazing what a man can do with a lot of time and a little bit of Lexan. Love doing that. This, yeah, it's 5B late model. That that's for the late model, sure. Front nose, bumper, and dun, 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 dun. Look at that there, boy. That is pretty stuff there. This plastic, I'm told, man, you can bend this stuff just all kinds of crazy ways, and it just has a problem turning white, you know, like some plastics do when you bend them. So there we go. Apparently there's a left and a right. That's what it looks like. Oh, man, that is a good looking thing there. I'm excited. Okay, that was the unbox for a couple of sprint cars and the late model for the 5B. And I'm going to be putting some of this stuff together here in a little bit, and I'll make some videos, and hopefully we can learn together and it won't be too bad. Some of this new stuff doesn't even have directions yet, so we're going to be pioneers in the 5th scale sprint car for Run Shop Racing. This will be the first late model I put together in this kit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So since I have a few bodies that came in this kit, I'm going to build the late model first, and out of process of elimination, I will know what parts are left over for the sprint, since it has no directions. Just overlook the directions here real quick with the late model, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It looks like it's going to be a real easy build. Let's see here. Some of this angle is different sizes. It's there's 3/4 and 1 inch or 1.5 inches, and some of them here are already cut out for apparently for wheel clearances. And so that's got a little bit of a tweak to it. There must be a reason for that. All right, I'm gonna start putting the frame together, and once I get it to that point and get that figured out, but it looks like right now you should have 2 side rails here that'll run the length of the undercarriage of the body, and a couple that'll go across, and believe this here, if I am not mistaken, this is probably going to be for the front bumper. So in lieu of making just a long wasteful video, I'm gonna shut it off, get this a little bit here figured out, and I'll holler back. Now I'm gonna show you a little trick here. When you go to drill your holes in here, that fits right on that 45-degree angle. What you want to do, or what I like to do anyway, is I'll make a mark right along here, and that way you can kind of get a visual of where your best sweet spot or the center is for the making sure that you don't have that drill, that hole drilled offset a little bit. And if you look at this one here is just a tad shorter. I'm not sure if that's just because it doesn't need to be exact on or what, but the angle's not going to match here. It'll be a little larger up front, so I'm going to move those in once I've got those holes drilled in the top piece. Now I can mark and run over to the drill press and get this other one done here. Alright, now that I got those done, Now that I got those done, now I can mark my side rails to drill the holes for these here. See? Now let me go ahead and mark these. That lined up just perfect. And I'm gonna write an indexing letter, A and A there. And I'll make sure that I've got the hole in the right spot, yeah, or the mark in the right spot. Get that one all perfecto. And I'll write me a little B on there, a little B here. I do that just so when it goes time to put it back together, I don't have to struggle trying to figure out which holes line up perfectly. Alright, well, the same thing here. Center your angle. Center your angle. All right. Hit the drill press one more time, then we can bolt it together. This hardware it takes to put these cars together, I'm not sure if you've ever run down to buy them. You used to be able to go to Fastenal and you could go inside the store and buy anything you wanted, one or two. The last time I went in there, them asses, they wouldn't even, unless you buy in bulk. And if you go to Lowe's, I mean, buying 3 or 4 of these is like $5. These little lock nuts with, and these here are stainless. I can tell by looking at them. Anyway, let's see here. If you'll get all this framing lined up, and then that way you can go ahead and make your first marks in your body. And the instructions state it looks like it's calling for the 2 that go at these joints here and the 2 for the joints here, and it's calling for an extra center one here, and I'll probably go ahead and add an extra center here as well. So I'm going to get all that stuff lined up and get a little bit closer to, because at this point, I mean, you know what to do. And I'm going to go ahead and get this frame put together, and then we'll get back. Like every little project that I do, I run into little brick walls, and I've ran into a few. One I'm still trying to kind of figure out. I'll share with you, and it may be a problem that you scratch your head out when you look at it too. But if you look at, I'm trying to see if this will zoom in. If you look at this picture here, it's really unclear what the hell's going on right there. This, of course, is for the front bumper. I hadn't got that far. This apparently is a mount that goes right above the shock tower. So what I did was I put that on hold and decided to go ahead and put the nose on. And there too, that's a little tough when you're working with 2 hands. When you measure this, if I got the numbers, you check your numbers, but it's 1 foot 5 inches across the front of the white portion of the body. The measurement on the nose cone will give you from the bend on this main white body 3/4 of an inch from its overhang is what it is. Let's see if I can get it up here where you can see how it overhangs right here. Okay. I attempted a couple of different ways to get this thing just in place so I could mark them, and I marked them, found myself with it moving a little bit, and decided to go ahead and get out the trusty old C-clamp. So that's what I've done, is I've C-clamped it, I moved it around, and that way I'm able to check my measurements. All these holes and the angle in the body are already drilled, so you can come back and come through that side, and you're just going through plastic. So get all those drilled out, and put your nuts and bolts. Then you can come back in and start trimming the wheel. I would wait to trim the nose to almost last, once you get the car on the ground and checking your ride height and everything. But that's what I'm going to do at this point, is go ahead and bolt this thing together and start trimming this inside. Okay, one quick thing. There we go. Do yourself a favor and use a drill bit just a tad bigger, not the same size as the nuts that are provided, or the bolts that are provided. If not, man, you're going to find yourself struggling trying to get them in and out, you know, because you got to mock this whole thing up and then take it all apart again, and it just makes life easier if you make them just a little bit bigger, so the bolt will stick right in the hole and you won't have to fight it. When you're bolting this nose piece on, I started to put the bolts in from this side, and I was having a little bit of a clearance issue on this other side, so it's going to be best to put the nut on the inside the cone area, bring the bolt in from the inside of the body area. Okay, and I'm going to start trimming up this stuff here. You're going to get a little bit of this odd looking shape here until you get everything put on the car. That pressure, that added pressure, actually helps on the EDM, so I'm sure it's going to help on the late model as well. Now I'm going to get the wheels trimmed out, and I'm going to trim this stuff up here, and I'm going to leave all this alone, and I probably won't trim that up until I get everything on the car and get it set on the ground so I can mark it for ride height.
Well, it's a good time feeling that I can't explain when them dirt track races come together again. Yeah, they all come together from near and far. Now it's dirt track racing the weekend star. So if you think you can drive, just come on down to see what you got and lay your money down.
Okay, out of process of elimination, because you know I'm old and ain't not too smart, but the instructions are a little bit tough to follow on a couple of areas, but it's starting to come to clear together for me. Look, you've got this a top piece of Lexan, the one that's got the little tail on it, and then you'll have this other piece here and the holes match. You'll have two holes here that you won't put any bolts in. I believe that's where the body pins go for the front nose. I'm not exactly sure that this is the proper way to put these nuts and bolts in yet, but you get the gist of it. There's not a lot hanging over down below. I believe it's going to sit like this here in the car. I figured having these up underneath the nose cone would be best. You'll also get a piece of angle and this angle is going to kind of look like it's bent a little bit, okay? It's not. The purpose for that, let me get this stuff set here real quick. Okay. This car here is one that I've been trying a lot of prototype stuff on. See if I can get in there a little bit tighter. Okay. This one here, if you'll pull these pins out, those go right in there, okay? And then you'll have two body mount pins that'll fall in right here. And that's how that goes. This here will bolt right into this front support bracket. I've got a couple of pieces taken off. This is actually an RPM bumper. I'm going to have to remove this or do some modifications for this bumper to work on this particular car. But this car is getting ready to come completely apart anyway and come back together. You see I started adding some stuff to the rear of it already and kind of piddling around with it. And it's an experimental motor for oval. It's a beast. But at any rate, that's where I'm at right now, and I wanted to show you this. So once again, let me make this clear. The directions tell you to put the 1/4-inch bolts with flat washers and lock nuts, and these 3 holes right here. Okay, you got one piece of Lexan on the bottom, one on the top. That one piece on the bottom is a lot thicker, and the foam gets sandwiched in between. These 2 here go to the car, the front bumper and bolt on, and then your body pins will go right there. This piece right here, this is the mount for up higher on the nose, and that goes right there. This front bumper support, or front bulkhead support.
I'm gonna tell you a story about where I'm from, about illegal whiskey and how stock car racing begun. Some call it Cat Daddy, some Midnight Moon, from the hills of Wills County, 190 proof. Backwoods, hillbillies, sleepy country towns, bootleggers, juke joints popped up all around. Souped up cars, ripped out back seats, revenue was roadblocks on the main street, y'all. Lay a little bit with a runner up the road, gas up the cars and get an equal load. Fender to fender as fast as you can go. First one to the drop, he picks up the dough. Breakneck speeds, twisted mountain roads, a new sensation was about to explode. Good old boy.